Okay. Good morning, all of you. Let us have a discussion on users of various users of the database management system. Got it? Now, many persons are involved in designing and using of database and maintenance of the large databases with hundreds of users. See here now, in the market there are so many job opportunities with related to this. What is this is called as database. There are so many job opportunities. Okay, those who are good at database designing, okay, they are also getting the jobs. There, to maintain the database, there are many job opportunities. Got it? And see, design, use, etc., etc. There are so many job opportunities. Hence, there are so many people who are involved in it. Got it? There are so many job opportunities. Got it? So, there are many people who are working and they are acting. They are using this database for various roles. Some people are having different roles, some people are having different roles, like different kinds of people are having the different roles they are playing in the database. The people whose jobs involve the day-to-day use of large database. See here now, the people whose job involve day-to-day life, day-to-day use of the large database. Yes, if there is a database, large database, if the people are using those database, they are called as the actors on the scene. They are called as actors on the scene. I will going to explain who are those actors on the scene. Okay, why they are called actors on the scene? The people whose job involve the day-to-day use of large database. See here now, the database is there. Let me draw it. See, assume that this is a large database. Okay, there are so many datas are there in this database who are using. Okay, data in the means those are in the form of relations, relational databases. Okay, what is that relational databases? Relational databases is nothing but tables. The data are stored in the form of tables. Got it? Table is one structure. Okay, when you create the table in the previous lab, you have created the table called student, table called a publisher, table called a persons, table called college. You have created, right? Those are called as, what is the structure of the database. Got it? So, these databases who are using these things, they are called as actors on the scene. These are one part of the database, means database users. Another type of database users are called as workers behind the scene. The workers behind the scene means the people whose work to maintain the database system environment. See here now. Now, what is there in this? Different database structures. The people who are using these things, they are called as actors on the scene. The people who are maintaining this thing complete, this environment. Okay, there may be a number of databases. Okay, this is a college database, this is the university database, this is another what is that, employee database. There may be anything. That environment they are maintaining. Okay, who are actively interested in the database itself, who are not actively interested in database. So what is there in that student database? What is the structure of the student? What is the structure of the data? What is that college database? No, they are not interested. These workers are behind this maintaining of the environment of the database management system, like a softwares, DBMS software. If there are any tools, okay, they are working on those tools. They are creating the tools, but not the database. Got it? They are called as workers behind the scene. They are called as worker behind the scene. Example I will tell you. If you take a movie as an example, if you take a movie as an example, now hero will be there. He is the actor on the scene because we are seeing him in the, what is that, screen. Okay, then villains will be there, actors will be there, got it, and music director will be there. There we are able to see those things. Okay, then cameraman will be there, etc., etc. There are so many people who are actively involved in. Okay, the cameraman will go to edit the movies as per we need it. Okay, as per the user requirements, as per the this thing. What is that? Viewer's point of it. Okay, the sound system, sounding and all those things, music systems, etc., etc. There it is taken care by the music director and other people. See here now, these are actors on the scene. Got it? But workers behind the scene, there are some people, there are some workers, okay, who create some music systems. Okay, like example I will tell you, the piano repairers. Okay, editing of those what is that movies which require some editing tool. Okay, one who prepares that tool is the workers, because we cannot directly involve with those people, but we need those people, then only we can get the edited movie. Got it? So the one who do the all those makeup and all those things for the actors, villains, etc., all the character who are playing different characters, okay, they are workers behind the scene, but we are not able to see those people. We are not able to care about those people. Okay, but without them, this movie cannot be come into the theaters. Got it? In the same way, in database management system, without those workers, because this we cannot able to use the databases. Why? Because if that example online compiler is not there, if you don't have a compiler to execute your query, then how can you enter your this thing? If you don't have a tool to create the table, then you cannot create the database. Got it? So these people also plays very important role in database management system. So there are two people. One is actors on the scene, because whose job involve day-to-day use of the large database. The people who are using large database day-to-day in their life, they are called as actors on the scene. The people, those who work to maintain the database management system environment, okay, but they don't actively, or they do not interested in database itself. They are not interested in what is stored in this database, what is stored in this database, how they are related, etc., etc. They are not interested. Just they have created it and given to it. Got it? But the users will going to use them however they need it. Got it? So these are the two peoples. One is actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. Got it? Next, we'll see who are all the actors on the scene. okay, and who are all the workers behind the scene, one by one we'll go to see in detail. Now, actors on the scene whose job involved day to day, which are actively involved in the database. Now, there are different actors on the scene. First one is database administrator. He's the actor on the scene, database administrators. You might have heard so many people in as a job role. Their designation is like a database administrator. The second one is database designers, who creates the databases. Database administrator, he will take care of administrating the database, like authorization, maintaining those databases, okay, all those things taken care by the administrator. One who creates the databases like student database, employee database, university database, etc., etc., okay, passenger database, all those databases is created by the designers. Okay, those people are called as database designers. Next one is end users. Who are all end users? There are different types of end users. One is casual end users. Casual end users means once in a while they will going to access the information. Best example I will tell you, e-commerce. I am having the username and password for Flipkart, as well as what is that one more thing, Amazon online shopping. Okay, I have created an account for those two. Once in a month or once in fortnight, okay, I'll be logging into that, and I want to search for any of the item if at all required. Otherwise, I'll do some window shopping and I'll close it. Again, I may visit it next day or after 15 days or a month. Got it? So I'm not interested. Okay, daily I need not to get into that, and I need not to search, and I need not to purchase. Got it? So such type of users are called as casual end users. Native or a parametric end users, like daily their job is to log into that and work on particular queries, okay, and log out. Without that, those softwares are logging into that, okay, they don't get any, they don't have any other jobs. Their main job is that only. Example, bank tellers, reservation counters. What are they going to do? They'll open, they'll log into that. Whenever the customer comes, they do the same transactions always. Those who are doing the same transactions oftenly, okay, they are called as candidate users. Okay, that we will going to see it in the next slide. And sophisticated end users. Sophisticated end users are called as a scientists, doctors, engineers. Okay, they are more specifically into particular thing. Okay, they are not interested in other things. Doctors are completely involved in their software. Okay, they log into that and they do something on that, and they access and store the related to them. Okay, like scientists, they are not interested in other things, they are focused on particular thing. Got it? Such type of users are called as sophisticated end users. And standalone end users. Standalone end users are nothing but those who are having their own database. They are having their own database. They are going to access it or store the information of their information. They are going to extract their information. If I want to maintain my financial status, I'll use my own or standalone database. Such type of users are called as standalone users. Next and the last database actors on the scene are system analysts or application programmers. They are also called as software engineers. These are the various people who are called as actors on the scene. Who are those? Database administrators, database designers, end users. In end users, there are different categories: casual end users, native or parametric end users, sophisticated end users, standalone end users, and system analyst, or they are also called as application programmers. They are also called as software engineers. Okay, so these people are called as actors on the scene. This is very important with respect to exam. In the previous thing which I have discussed, explain various characteristics of the database management system. Next is who are all different users or actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. Explain each one of them and their roles and responsibilities. Got it? That time you need to explain these kind of peoples who are all called as actors on the scene. Actors on the scene. Got it? Now we'll see one by one. Database administrators. Who are all called database administrators and what are their roles and responsibilities? We'll want to see. In database environment, a primary resource is the database itself. See here now. There are two types of resources in database. One is database is a primary resource and database management system is a secondary resource. Database is a database, as I told. What is that database? Student database, employee database, college database. These are called as databases. These databases are called primary. These are called as primary resources. Database management system, the software which we need it to maintain these databases, are called as secondary resources. Secondary resources. Database administrators are more responsible for these primary resources. His job is to administrate. Administrate means he take care of everything. He's take care of, I am head of the department, okay, of MCA. I need to take care of all my subordinates and all my students with respect to different roles and responsibilities. Got it? In the same way, database administrators has to take care of the database itself. The resources is the responsibility of the database administrator. Here, see here now, he is having the responsibility of giving the authorization, different roles. Now, see here now, principal of the college. He is taking care of the entire college. As in the previous class I discussed, he is having the control of the entire college and he is giving the authorization, or what do you call it as usernames and passwords. Okay, head of the department, being the head of the department, I am having username and password of the MCA department. Other department HODs are having their username and passwords. Got it? And he is having the roles and responsibility to maintain all those things. He'll not going to give our department databases to other people. Got it? If something happens, who will going to court? Himself. Because that database credentials, what we can call, that is given to other people who is not at all a user. Got it? So he needs to take care of those things. He has to administrate these resources. Is the responsibility of the database administrator. Administrator has to take care of these things. The database administrators, they are also called as DBA, database administrator, is responsible for authorizing access to the database. As I can access all the databases of you people. Got it? So BCS HOD can access their department's information. Mechanical HOD can access their information. Okay, principal can access all our information. Got it? So he is having the database administrator is responsible for authorizing the access. He has given the authority to access particular information. When you entered your information, okay, for the examination section or whatever, okay, you can see only you people, yours information. What is your, you can download your hall ticket and you can see your results, or you can go for filling the examination form, etc. But you cannot see others. But for me, I can see all 8 students information. I can access all 8 students information. Got it? So for coordinating and monitoring its use, and for acquiring software and hardware resources as needed. Let's take. So this is the responsibility of the database administrator. The database administrator is accountable, he is the responsible, okay, he is held responsible for problems such as breach of security. If database is stolen, if database is not working properly, if I am not able to access any student's information or student information, any of the database I am not able to access it, or some database is got deleted, who is the responsible? Database administrator is the responsible for it. Database administrator is responsible for the same. Is it clear now? Okay, these are the roles and responsibilities of the database administrator. He is the first actor who is on the scene. Got it? Now we'll move to next. Database designers. As I told, the roles and responsibility of the database designer. If I want to create a database of a college, first I need to study entire the college system. Okay, how many tables are needed, which are all the tables, like student table, employee table, okay, what is that, course table, etc, etc. So these are all designed by those people who are called as database designers. The database designers are responsible for identifying the data to be stored in the database. As I told, student, employee, which are all the data which you want to store it in the database, that you will want to create it. And for choosing appropriate structures, to represent and store this data. Okay, structures means that day we have created student database, we have created publisher database, publisher table, we have created what is that, college database, etc, etc. These are all choosing the appropriate. That day I have told in the Thursday we discussed about the lab. In the lab, I told that we are creating a simple tables, the tables which are not having any constraint. I did not mention any primary key, I did not mention any not null constraint, I did not mention any of the sizes, etc., etc. Got it? So simple table we have created. So choosing for which is the primary key, which is a foreign key, and etc., etc., all this should be taken care by the database designers. It is the responsibility, database designer is the responsibility of a database designers to communicate with the all prospective database users. See here now, if you are doing the project, if you are doing a projects for hospital management system, assume that you are doing a project on hospital management system, then it is your responsibility to go and visit all the different users of the hospital. There could be a patients, there could be a receptionist, there could be management, there could be doctors. Okay, so pharmaceuticals users. Okay, they are all different users. Okay, you need to visit them and collect the information. So then only you can understand their requirements. And once you understood their requirements, and you can come up with a design, proper design. If you are trying to do a project on library management, okay, who are all using the library management? Students are using, management is using, library people are using, okay, and student roles are different, management roles are different, and these who are called library people, okay, library staff, their roles and responsibilities are different. Okay, you have to understand their requirements, and once you understood their requirements, then only you can go for designing of the proper databases. Then only you can meet their requirements. Database designers are typically interact with each potential group of users. Of course, they will go to interact with the people, and they will develop the views. Okay, views is nothing but it is a subset of database. That day I have told, no, select a star from employee means it will give you all the columns or all the people which is there in the database. It will going to display it. If I want only student name and student contact number, only that can be seen. It is a view. You can see complete thing, or you can see part of it, or in which you are interested. So they are going to develop views and show it to the users and ask them whether this view will going to meet the requirement of you. Like this, it is the main responsibility or work of the database designers. The final database design must be capable of supporting the requirements of all the subgroups. Once you have designed the database of library management system, already assume that you have discussed with the student, you have discussed with the management, you have discussed with the staff members, you have discussed with the library staff. Okay, then once your design is complete, and that design must be capable of supporting all the subgroups like students, management, staff, library staff, etc. Got it? This is what the database designer's responsibility. Got it? So these are the people who are called as actors on the scene. We have seen DBA, database administrators, and database designers. Now, end users. there are different types of end users, different categories of end users. Who are all those end users? Okay, now the end users are the people whose job requires access to the database for querying, updating and generating reports. Example, as I discussed, library management system. Students are the users, library staffs are the users, faculty members are the users, management people are the users. These are all various users. Got it? So students, management and library staff and other faculty members. See here now, these are called as the end users because they are accessing the book information. Students are searching for a particular book. Faculty members are also searching for a particular book. Management people will go to see how many books are there. Okay, what is their investment? What is the total cost of the books of CS department? What is the total cost we have spent on library management system, etc., etc. They will go to see those things. Library staff, they will go to generate the report. They are able to generate the report. These many books are issued and these many books are not issued. Okay, these many students have not written the books. These many students have not taken the books. Like this, they will go to report, generate the reports. Library management people, library staff will going to update if any new books are purchased. They will going to enter those books in that software database, and they are going to put the barcode, and using the barcode they are going to scan the information of the textbook and give it to you people. They are going to scan the barcode of your ID cards. See, these are all called as end users. There are different categories of end users who are called casual end users. Casual end users means occasionally access the database. As I told, for e-commerce databases, like I am going to log into Amazon or Flipkart or other any apps which are related to e-commerce. Like example, other for me it is an example, like for I am a casual end user of Facebook. Once in a month or twice in a month or once in 6 months also I open my Facebook or Instagram. But some people, without accessing the information of the Facebook or what is that, Instagram, etc., they don't get a sleep. Got it? They are not casual end users. The people one who is using once in fortnight, okay, once in a month, okay, such type of users. Once in 15 days or twice in 15 days or once in a month I open those Flipkart or etc. whenever I want to purchase, or I do a window shopping. Got it? So such type of users are called as casual end users. They are not serious about that. They are not serious about that. Some people will do it for the sake of time pass. Some people will see it for the sake of, what is that, comparison purpose. Got it? So, but they may need a different information each time. See here now, if I open the Flipkart, today I am going to see a price of the mobile phone. Whenever I open it for the next time, that time I will search for a particular book. Next time, whenever I'll open it for some other purpose. Garments, I'll going to see. Got it? So, whenever they open it or access it, okay, they'll going to visit it for the different purpose, different information they're going to extract. They are not interested in only particular information or only particular item, only particular product. No, they are interested in different information for in different times. They are called as casual end users. They use sophisticated database query languages such as specify their requirements are typically middle or high level managers. Example, whenever you want to search, okay, in open you will going to open the Flipkart and you will search for so and so item. Got it? Sports items, textiles, electronic goods. Okay, so you will going to search for the particular items, sophisticated database query languages. Got it? You will going to specify the information, specify the things which you need it. Got it? Now, name or parametric end users. Name are parametric end users. These are the end users which make up a sizable portion of database end users. Their main job revolves around the constant querying. Means, at the first slide I told, like whenever you go to bank, okay, there are some people who are sitting in front of the computers. Whenever you want to do some transactions, withdraw some money, okay, whenever you give passbook, okay, they will check your balance, okay, they will withdraw the money, give the money and enter into the passbook. See here now, for 100 customers also they will do the same thing. They will do the same thing. They are not going to do other than these kinds of things related to banking. Got it? If you go for reservation, railway reservation, whenever you go to counter, okay, they are accessing that particular database. Student reservation, passenger reservation. They'll check for the train. Okay, they check for the availability of the seats. Okay, then if it is available, then they will go to allocate and they will give you. Ask the information, enter into that, and they will reserve the tickets, seats. Their job is fixed. Their job is doing the same thing in and around the same kind of transactions. They are doing the same kind of transactions every time and every day. Such type of end users are called as parametric end users. They are also called as canned users, end users. Canned means they are doing the same set of things every time. Got it? They are called as naive or parametric end users. Next one is sophisticated end users. Sophisticated end users. Who are all called as a sophisticated end users? As I told, engineers. If engineers related to, they are designing some architecture, or they are doing some patent works, okay, they are doing some if they are working on CAD CAM like car designing, etc., etc. Got it? Scientist, business analyst, and other who thoroughly familiarize themselves. See here now, if I am a doctor, okay, I am working on thoroughly familiarized in particular thing. I'll search for the medicines, I'll search for the injections, I'll search for particular thing, types of medicines, types of patients, okay, types of symptoms, only on those things. If you are a scientist, okay, you do only on particular thing. If you are a scientist on this thing, airspace, then you will be working on only on that. If you are a business analyst, your work is to play with the data. You analyze the data and give as much as information, knowledge you need to extract. Only on that, not interested in other things. That such type of peoples are called as sophisticated end users. From where they are accessing the information? From the database, but they are accessing same kind of thing, specific kind of thing. In depth they will going to go in their type, in their categories. Got it? And other who thoroughly familiarize themselves with the facilities of the database management system, so as to implement their applications to meet their complex requirements. They are going to extract the information of the database management system. They know facilities of the database management system in their field, so as to implement their application. I want to implement my application, okay, to meet my complex requirements, because they are sophisticated and their requirements are not so easy. They are not so simple. Requirements are not so simple. They are complicated requirements they have to meet. Okay. So such type of people are called as sophisticated end users. Next one is standalone end users. Standalone end users. Standalone users maintain personal databases. If I am having the database of mine, it is no way related to other people. I am maintaining all my financial status, all my assets, all my other things in that database. It is not related, it is nowhere related to others. Such type of databases are called as standalone databases. The people who are using such type of databases are called as standalone users. Example, if our college is having the student database, it is related to only college, not related to university. If we are using the database of the students, all the students databases of our college, then it is a standalone. Then such thing is called as, what is that? Standalone databases, and the people who are using are called as, only college people who are going to use it, they are called as standalone end users. Last one, system analyst and application programmers. System analyst, application programmers, or they are also called as software engineers. System analyst determine the requirements of the end users. See here now, these people are a part of that database designers. As I told, database designers has to meet the users, end user, different subgroup end users, and collect their requirements. These system analysts determines the requirements of the end users, especially name or parametric. Means if it is a banking system, they need to go and use the people, ask the banking people what kind of transactions they do. Okay, what is the roles and responsibility of the bank teller? What is the roles and responsibility of the bank manager, branch manager, etc. They are going to visit them, okay, meet them, collect the requirements, determine the requirements, and develop the specification. And develop specifications for the canned transactions. Canned transaction means same kind of transactions that meets these requirements. Application programmers implement. See, system analyst will go to collect the requirements, design as per that, and application programmers implement these specifications. They'll create the tables, then they test it whether it will going to work it or not. Like that day you have created the student database, then you are the application programmers, you have tested it, okay, whether it is compiled successfully or not, and you have entered some values into that, and you checked it whether the values are entered into that or not. If at all errors are there, you will go to debug those errors. Then you have to document it and maintain these canned transactions. You have to create the document and maintain these transactions. Such analysts and programmers commonly referred to as a software engineers. Okay, so it could be system analyst or it could be application programmers. They are commonly called as software engineers. So some software engineers, their role is system analyst, as a system analyst, and somebody's role as an application programmers. If it is a system analyst, they are going to collect the requirements of a different users. If it is an application programmer, as a role as an application programmer, then your role is to create the programs, write the program for the same. Got it? These are all called as software engineers in common. Got it? So these people are called as actors on the scene. Who are all called as actors on the scene? Who are all called actors on the scene? All of you?